In the quiet village of Nduoma, where everyone knew everyone's secrets, there was one man whose silence was louder than words, Ezekiel. He was the kind of man people trusted instantly, a teacher, a church singer, and a man who never missed Sunday prayers. His students adored him, his neighbors respected him, and the chief even said once, "If we had 10 men like Ezekiel, our village would need no police." But beneath that calm smile and gentle eyes, Ezekiel was hiding something that would soon tear apart everything he ever built. It began on a rainy night. The storm was wild. Thunder growled like an angry spirit. A young boy named Tunde ran to Ezekiel's house, drenched and shaking. He had found something in the forest, something buried beneath an old mango tree. When Ezekiel saw what the boy carried, his face changed instantly. His hands trembled. "Where did you get this?" he asked, voice low and shaking. "It was buried with her necklace," the boy whispered. That night, the villagers heard a scream echo through the storm, and by morning, Ezekiel was gone. Nobody knew what he was hiding, but the truth was darker than anyone imagined. 2 days later, rumors spread like wildfire. Some said Ezekiel had run away. Others whispered that he'd been taken by spirits. But Aisha, a young journalist visiting from the city, didn't believe in ghost stories. She believed in facts. Aisha had come to Nduoma to write a piece about rural education, but Ezekiel's disappearance caught her attention. She asked around, but people warned her, "Don't dig into his life, girl. Some secrets are better buried." Ignoring them, Aisha began her investigation. She visited his house. Everything was untouched. His books, his shoes, even his dinner plate was still on the table. But there was something odd, a photograph on the wall. It showed Ezekiel standing with a young woman named Chinwe, smiling under a mango tree. The same tree where Tunde had found something buried. Aisha found Tunde and asked him what he saw. The boy hesitated, eyes wide. It was a box with old letters and a woman's necklace inside. "Did you tell anyone else?" He shook his head. "Only Mr. Ezekiel. But after that night, he screamed. I ran." Aisha's instincts told her the woman in the picture, Chinwe, was the key. She asked around, but everyone grew quiet at her name. Finally, an old woman whispered, "Chinwe died 3 years ago, before her wedding. Ezekiel was the last person to see her alive." Aisha felt her chest tighten. What was in that box, and why did it make Ezekiel run? The next day, Aisha followed the path through the forest to the mango tree. The earth still looked disturbed. Kneeling down, she brushed away the mud and found a second box, smaller, older. Inside were torn photographs and a diary. The pages were wet, but one entry was clear. He said it was love, but love shouldn't hurt like this. Aisha froze. Chinwe's handwriting. As she flipped through more pages, she pieced together a haunting truth. Chinwe had been in love with Ezekiel, but their love was forbidden. Chinwe was engaged to another man, the chief's son. When the truth came out, shame and threats followed. The diary hinted that Chinwe planned to run away, but never made it out. Just then, Aisha heard footsteps behind her. She turned. Ezekiel stood there, pale, rain dripping from his hair. "You shouldn't have come here," he said quietly. "What did you do to her?" she asked, holding up the diary. Ezekiel's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't kill her. I tried to save her. But when she fell, I panicked. I buried her necklace so no one would blame me. I thought silence would protect me." Aisha's breath shook, but silence only made it worse. He nodded slowly. "I know. I've lived in that silence every day since." Then he whispered, "She still comes to me, in dreams, every night." Word spread fast that Ezekiel had returned. The villagers gathered outside his home, demanding answers. But instead of hiding, Ezekiel walked into the church and asked everyone to listen. He confessed everything: the forbidden love, the accident, the lie. He told them how guilt had eaten him alive. "I tried to be a good man," he said, voice breaking. "But good men are not the ones who hide their sins. They are the ones who face them." The hall was silent. Then the chief stood up slowly, tears in his eyes. "You destroyed my son's life once," he said, "but today, you gave us peace." In the crowd, Aisha felt something shift. The village that once feared truth was learning to face it. When it was over, Ezekiel turned to Aisha. "Write the story," he said, "but not about what I did. Write about how truth heals." And he walked away into the rain, like a man finally free. Weeks later, Aisha's article was published nationwide, "The Man Who Hid the Truth and Freed a Village." It wasn't just a story. It was a mirror for everyone who'd ever buried guilt, pain, or love beneath silence. Ezekiel left the village afterward. No one knew where. But every year, people gathered under the mango tree to remember Chinwe and to promise honesty over pride. Because sometimes the truth you hide doesn't destroy you. It waits until you are brave enough to face it. If you made it this far, tell me in the comments, do you believe everyone deserves forgiveness even after hiding the truth? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because next week's story might be the one you never saw coming.